Hi everybody, it's Kathy here from Kathy Loves a Scrap, and I'm here with just a layout today for a challenge on Facebook at the Kidaholics group. And we had to use this sketch here to create a layout, and this is the layout that I have done. Today I'm using this as an instructional layout, and it's just a quick little one just to pull this together. These were the items that I used. I used some enamel dots. I've chosen some wood pieces. Not sure that I used them all. I pulled out these stickers, but I didn't actually use them. I've used this wood chippy here with a holiday from Dusty Attic, and this photo of my daughter and I with our first drinks on our cruise. I've gone through and I've pulled together some scrap paper that I'm going to pull into this layout. I've got this background from Simple Stories that I'm going to use as my base. A fussy cut out of this flower paper. Those flowers are nice and big and they make the clusters beautifully, and I use the hearts here as my main focal part of the layout. Now this layout, when I actually worked through this video, my camera glitched, so I'm really sorry. So I had to talk through the clustering instead of actually showing it this time, so I'm really sorry about that. I don't know what happened now, but it worked. So I'm cutting off the branding strips because that's not needed in the layout, and I'm tearing, and I have a terrible time with tearing paper. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's because I think I need to be too fussy or too careful, or I don't know what it is, but I always struggle with tearing the paper. I love it, but I tear it terribly. I've gone down and I'm just tearing off the edges here because I'm going to tuck that in underneath. And this sunglasses paper, I actually end up using it as a feature by popping and highlighting the glasses by fussy cutting them out and overlaying them throughout the layout. I've used spun sugar here as my Distress Oxide favourite colour to go along the edges, just to give it a little bit of a lift off the layout, make it stand out a little bit. Using black soot, I'm just edging, so I haven't actually distressed it. I just run the black soot along the edge to give it an outline, just so that the page looks finished. Using some water and black soot, I'm going to use make up like a watercolour, so I can use it for my splatters. And that's actually quite an easy technique to use and effective. So that adds to my base here as per the sketch. So placing in the corner here, I'm overlaying the torn pieces to give a layered effect, and I'm roughing up the edge just a little bit there, as you can see, so that it just sits on the page nicely. Here I'm going to layer it up, and as you can see as I get through it, I realise that the hearts need to be lifted a little bit more, so I tear up some more of this sunglasses paper and I tuck it in behind, and I realise that it needs still a little bit more because it gets mostly tucked in behind the hearts, which is not ideal for the layout. So I've torn off another strip here, which I'm just distressing with the spun sugar, and I tuck that in under that first fold of the hearts, just to give it another dimension, another layer. Alright, so that's now done. Make sure that it's down, tear off that little bit that's sticking up, and it just all sits nicely now. You know, with my photo on the sketch, it looks like it's a Polaroid photo, so I'm going to cut some cardstock a little bit larger than the photo and pop it down. And what I do off camera, unfortunately, because as I said my camera glitched, is once it's down on the Polaroid, I get a black fine line marker and I trace the photo to actually lift it on the cardstock, so it does look like a Polaroid effect. And that little base down the bottom, that leaves, you can use it sometimes for journaling, you can use it just to embellish. I'm going to layer up this layout behind. It's got a torn edge on the side just for interest. Put another piece in behind it just to lift it off the back. Now for the title, I end up using wood chippy and the Dusty Attic, and I coloured it and put glossy accents. I found a pineapple paperclip to put it on the edge there, and you can see the sunglasses that I popped there in the cluster with those flowers that I cut from that paper. I put in the enamel dots to add some more detail in there. And then I've also gone and used some leaves that I cut using a punch, and using the negative of that punch, I just used the sponge sugar to put in a shadow effect, like a stenciling behind the leaf, to give it a little bit more detail. The sunglasses I popped throughout, as I said, to lift them up, and you can see them there overlapping on the edge of the torn. The heading is there. I've gone around the edge with a scribbly line. It's not actually straight, but that's part of the effect. You can just see that I've used the stenciling in behind the leaf, and I've popped up some layers there just to add some dimension. And I used that other little bit of chippy down the bottom there that said "Off we go," and I used my glossy paste to make it stand out and be a. I've added in my handwritten journaling underneath the title, and that's my layout, as you can see. And it's a quick and a simple one, but it looks effective, and it was perfect for our first drinks on the ship when we arrived for our cruise. Follow me on Instagram, where you'll see all my layouts. I'm Kathy from Down Under, and I'm Kathy Loves to Scrap. Thanks for watching. Happy scrapping until next time, and I